Hey Harvey Bloodline, this week's topic is what would you do with $5 billion? And I thought this would be a pretty easy one because I can think of lots of stuff that I want to buy or that I would want to buy with that money. But once I sat down and I started trying to subtract like exactly how much for each thing, first of all, the list was ridiculously long. And second of all, I didn't really come close to spending $5 billion. I only spent like a quarter of it, and that kind of surprised me. Makes me wonder, what do rich people spend their money on? Really, what do they spend their money on? Anyway, I'm going to do my best right now to try to tell you the main things that I would buy with that money. First, I would spend a couple of $1 million buying some land and building a nice house for me and Reagan. Not a mansion. I'm not a mansion type person. I actually like Victorian style homes, but Reagan likes log cabins. So we'd try to come up with something in between. I would definitely want to work with an architect myself and design it because I have some very specific ideas that I would want in my dream house. And I would also want it fully landscaped. And yeah, considering like the materials I would want to use and all the custom stuff that I would want done, it would be at least $2 or $3 million. But like I said, not a huge house, just very specific. And then I would probably do the same for my parents. Like, not identical house, obviously, but I would spend a couple of million getting them some land and building them a house and a barn, getting them some farm animals and stuff that, you know, my mom wants. And then I would probably just give like a lump sum to all of my siblings, like $2 million. Just give it to them for their house. I mean, not just to play with, although that would be nice of me. Maybe I'll do that too. I'll just give each of them $2 million to play with and then $2 million specifically for the house. And honestly, along with building these houses for everyone, I probably would have to set up some kind of fund, some kind of savings account where I would throw a bunch of money into it so that they could continue to pay the taxes and the utilities and everything else on these houses, at least for like 50 years, right? And of course, we'd buy some cars. It seems silly to have more cars than you have people in the house, but at the same time, I definitely want a Hello Kitty car, and that would definitely be my car. And I'm sure Reagan has like a dream car that he would want, and that would be his car. And then we'd probably have 1 or 2 sensible cars that we would drive most of the time. And once again, I'd probably buy cars for all of my family members. And, you know, of course, pay them off. And once again, put money in a savings account so that they can pay the taxes and everything else on them every year. They can pay for their own gas, though. And then we'd probably spend a ton of money buying boats, jet skis, RVs, ATVs, you know, just all that kind of fun, outdoorsy type motorized stuff that people buy. I would probably also spend a good chunk of money buying 2 or 3, maybe 4 properties around the world, like vacation home spots. I'd probably get one on the Oregon coast, and then maybe another one somewhere in New England, preferably also on the coast. And then probably one in Europe somewhere. Probably not Italy. Honestly, I like Germany. Granted, I'm biased, but I think I'd probably get a house here in Germany that we could come to. Somewhere cool, like, you know, Bavaria. Somewhere in Bavaria, yeah. And then maybe one more in Asia somewhere. Probably spend a lot of money on stuff that I just like. Just stuff. And it's hard to put a dollar amount on that because I don't know how much everything I want would cost. I bet I could easily spend $1 million on CDs and movies and books. That's fun to think about. Buying all the stuff I want. Just stuff. All the stuff I want. And traveling. And I wonder how much I could spend traveling. I would be flying first class everywhere. Holy crap, it looks amazing. I'd be everywhere. In fact, I probably would own my own plane. I don't know if I would though, really. That seems kind of not like something I would want to do. Reagan suggested we buy an island. Same kind of thing. It's like, what would I do with an island? What would I do with my own plane? Just fly commercial. I don't care. I'll just fly first class everywhere. That's fine with me. And honestly, beyond that, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff. I would be happy with so much less than $5 billion. That's really, give me $100 right now and I'd be pretty darn happy. So, rest of Harvey Bloodline people, what are you going to spend your $5 billion on?